Hey, what's up, guys? Captain Rick Stanczyk here. Welcome to another weekly fishing report. We've had decent fishing this week. We're getting, into true summertime here. It's hot, it's calm. Some days are pretty brutal out there, after 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. But fishing can still be pretty good. It was a decent week overall. We really had to work at fishing a few days. Some days I was tarpon fishing, and we really had to invest a lot of time just for a shot or two. That should improve. July usually for me is one of the best months, especially in the Everglades fishing for tarpon. It's just not a whole ton of fish back there yet, and the ones that are just moving around a lot, not really settled in and happy. But we've had some good snook fishing in between there to mix it up, some tripletails floating around in the bay, trout and snappers and stuff like that too. So there's other things to do if you don't want to sit there all day waiting for one fish. A lot of people that I get, though, they're after tarpon, and I like to take them to do that, because that's what they're after, and I just try to explain the odds to them. So anyways, again, decent week in fishing, but we're having to work at it a little bit. That may continue, but I'm expecting that it should really, start popping off in July here. Once the fish get settled in and the weather kind of settles out, July often is great fishing for us. All right, guys, so I had my dad, his friend Ron, and a friend of theirs, Russ, out this morning. We just fished a short half-day trip. Wind's kicked up a lot. It's blowing a good solid 20. We were hoping for some big snook again since we had some bites yesterday, and they just weren't happy today. I mean, the water was all stirred up. It was muddy. We knew it was a long shot, but we had a little bit of incoming tide, which does, allow whatever little bit of cleaner water is going to come into the bay there, and found a few spots in the lee of the wind that looked pretty good early, just nothing biting. Thought I saw some fish on the bottom machine, but they just didn't want to cooperate. I think we did miss one good bite. But we did find the tarpon that were out there the other day again, though, and Russ caught a nice 25-pounder, and we missed another one. Take a look at his fish here.
We got the selectric motor up there. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Might have to stick the rod just down in the water, let it go to the other side. You're not, if he goes straight under, you're not going to clear that motor, but there you go, he went that way. All right. Nice tarpon out here. The wind's cranking. We knew it was a long shot coming out, but they were here.
Yeah, you got to wait till his head's out of water.
Yeah, I was whipping him. I'm trying to kill him here.
Yeah, the other guy.
Alright, and so I had Robert and Blake for a day. Unfortunately, I didn't really get any footage. Fishing was very tough. We saw a good handful of tarpon in a few different areas. They just didn't really cooperate. Bait was hard. We spent an hour catching, 3 dozen mullets, and we fished hard. We moved around. Like I said, we found some tarpon. They just didn't really want to cooperate. I think Blake jumped one of the last bait out at the last spot of the day, but didn't stay on there. Just kind of swam up current, and it was out of his mouth before it even came tight. So tough day, but hopefully those guys will be back. They know I tried to work hard for them and put them on the fish. Sometimes though, it just doesn't happen. All you can do is try. All right, guys, so great day with my dad, Steven, and Russ again. Big snooks. I think we caught half a dozen, with 4 of them being in like the 15 to 25 pound range, about as big as you see down here. So that was really cool. Russ caught his first snook, not one of those monsters, but a nice 8 or 9 pounder. And that was that. Caught a little bit of mullet for tomorrow's fishing, so we're gonna go hopefully try to catch a tarpon tomorrow, but we might try some snook too. All right,
Do it
another big snook.
Horizontal. I wanted one still picture of me and Ricky. I could get it covered. Settle it.
Big snook.
Holy cow, this is our day.
Another one.
This is our day.
For a big one.
Yeah.
Nice. A small one.
12, yeah. It's only about a 12 pounder maybe.
That's a good one.
Big snook fight here. Nice one. Color on him. Yeah,
You got your All right, now what we're gonna do here?
another nice snook.
You need to
Don't reach.
Nice. Look at that.
Today we caught that one.
Wow.
Wow.
That is awesome.
Another fish today, we caught that one.
Wow.
Big snook to start the day.
That's a whopper.
All right, let's go ahead and release her.
Get the jig out.
Steven's got another good one on here.
We got him. All right. Beautiful job, Stephen.
Another lunker. Half a dozen lunkers.
Well, it is a slot.
Getting out a beautiful fish.
All right, big snook.
All right.
What a day.
Nice.
Woohoo! I think it's actually kind of like a snook.
I think it might be a snook.
Oh, he's in there, whatever it is. Oh, he got it. He got it.
Oh, just that it swam all the way back and then went down like that.
There he is. There he is. Good job. All right.
All right.
There you go.
I gotta hook up. You guys can see.
All right, guys. Nathan caught a nice tarpon here, about an 80-pounder. We worked all day. It was slick, calm, blistering hot. Jumped around a lot, and we finally got one for him. So worked really hard, but we got a nice size one for this time of year. We also caught a nice tripletail and a bunch of sharks, of course. He's all jumped out. All right, there he is. Nice tripletail. Big one.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Great morning with Grant and John. We left out early. They were kind of open to what we fished for. They hoped for tarpon, but I told them it was a little slow yesterday. But we had plenty of bait for that. And other than that, it was a few pinfish and artificials. But we got into a great snook bite first thing. Probably caught 2 dozen snooks. A couple decent, 5-6 pounders and a lot of little ones, but it was great action. Grant also caught a tarpon on a pinfish, so hey, we got our tarpon. Take a look here. Tarpon. All right, nice snooker. All right. So after that, we jumped around a little bit. We tried a few spots in hopes of a big snook. Wasn't happening today, but we caught a few jacks and sharks and picked away at a few smaller snook and a couple other spots, but it was like one here, one there, so slowed down. But glad we left early and got in on that action. Then we finished up. We found some nice triple tails. We caught 3 or 4, 2 keepers, and saw probably another 4 or 5, so they were floating pretty good. All right, another nice Nice triple tail. They're floating out here today.
Come on, get out.
You saw that net. You didn't like it.
Yeah, they got good eyesight when they look.
As soon as they come
Yeah.
to the boat, that's when they light up.
Alright. Nice triple tail. Sweet, good. And we decided to call it a short 3/4 day after that point. It started calming down, getting hot. I told the guys, hey, we've probably seen the best of it. I didn't mind to fish a little longer, but they were good to call it a day, so we came in early. And we got July 4th weekend here coming up. I was supposed to go out of town with my family, but little hesitant on traveling right now with 2 toddlers, so we're just gonna stay here. So I went out with my brother-in-law John, his wife Vivian, and my wife Elizabeth just for a little fun trip. We tried to catch a big snook and we had some luck with that, and we caught a few triple tails as well. Not a ton of action, but a few quality fish. Alright, we got a nice big snook for Vivian. Woohoo!
Whisper.
Oh yeah. Alright, we're gonna let him go. Just head first, give him a good little push. Alright.
Oh.
Nice triple tail. Well, we had some craziness this morning. A big truck crashed into a building at 5 in the morning here in the outfitter store. They towed it away, but look at all the damage here. Luckily, nobody was hurt. Yeah, luckily nobody was hurt, and it could have been worse. Looks like it went through the wall there and hit the piling a little bit, but it didn't knock the roof down at least. Anyways, crazy stuff happens. This year keeps getting better and better. Alright, they're mending the wall here.
Here we go. Great Wall of China. We're back.
He ran right into the sand pile here, so that saved it a little bit. Could have been a lot worse if that wasn't there.